Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and today we are taking a look at Ghostface versus Ghostface versus Ghostface. More specifically, Ghostface, Ghostface Inferno, and Ghostface Returns. Yes, if you want to see reviews for each of these, you can definitely check those out. I have those on my channel. So if you want to see like a more in-depth analysis of each individual figure, check those out. Today we are going to be looking at the three of them stacked up against each other and determining of which one is the best out of these three. Maybe you're a Scream fan or you just like Ghostface in general and you're thinking of, man, I really want to get one of these, I just don't know which one. Or you might be thinking of, like which one is just going to which one's going to be the most bang for my buck, whatever it might be. So we're going to be looking at all of these. So we're going to take these figures into consideration, and the first thing we're going to look at is kind of like an aesthetic, like an overview of each of them. So yeah, starting off with the original, the first one that they made, it looks good. I do like the detail of like how the robe kind of has like a sparkly look to it. However, this might not bother you, or it might, but there is no detail for the torso or even the waist. So yeah, just kind of an FYI there. And then you also might notice that the head is a little bit smaller than the other two. So the head is a little bit smaller, the hood looks a little bit weirder, and yeah, so like you compare that with this one here, you can see the head is definitely smaller. So yeah, so there is that worth mentioning, though. This one does have brown boots, so if you want to have brown boots, I guess go with this one, if that's the only thing that you're looking at. With this one, you have a more interesting design because this can actually come off, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so you do have some nicer details. There's a wire in the hood to pose it, and then you also get a bigger face and some more variety with that. You do get kind of like these black boots with that as well. So yeah, so just kind of an overview of that one. And then for this newest one, it's very similar to this one. The head is a similar size, the boots are black, and all of that. But the difference is that this robe is one piece, like it was with this one. Like you're not really meant to take it off. But the difference here is that this one actually does have detail with the pants, and it even has a little bit of a shirt detail there. So that is definitely something worth considering. But other than that, I mean, they're basically all the same. So I would say in terms of like which one you want to have on your shelf, like if you don't want to do anything like special with it, just have, I want to have a Ghostface on my shelf. I personally would recommend going with this one, the Ghostface Returns one. And the reason why is because, like I said, with this one, you might not be bothered by it, but I kind of don't like how the head is smaller with this one, and I also think the hood looks kind of weird, and yeah, and I also think that the brown boots kind of throw off the look just a little bit. And then with this one here, you do have, the robe. It looks nice, but it's also meant to open up like that, and so you might not like that. You might have some issue posing it to make it look like it's closed, or if you like that look and you want to kind of have it, peeled open like that, you can do that. But if you want to have just a clean look for Ghostface, I'd go with the one that just fell over. So the Ghostface Returns, I would say that. But now let's talk about what they come with, because articulation is basically the same for all of them. So I'm not really going to go over that, but we are going to talk about what all of them come with. So we'll start with this one here, and if we open this up, you can see that it comes with 4 heads in total. So you get this bloody one, but then you also get a clean look, and then you get a kind of a worn, weathered look, and then you actually get a head that glows in the dark, which is kind of cool. Then you do get a really big scythe, so there you go. If you want Ghostface to come with the scythe, you got that. You get 2 alternate gripping hands, and then you get a voice changer and 3 knives in total. So you get this one, which doesn't even look fully like a Buck 120. It looks too thick for one. And then you do get kind of like, like a different type of knife, and then a, kitchen knife, kind of like Michael Myers. So, yeah, you get a decent amount of accessories. It's just that it doesn't fully look accurate, at least compared to the other ones. Like, there's there's not really a whole lot of consistency there. Like, you can tell it's, like, supposed to be the same knife, but this one is thicker. So the one on the original one is a little bit bigger and kind of stubby looking. So if you like that and you don't mind that, I'd say go with this one. But like I said, that's really all that this one comes with. So if you just want a knife and a simple look and that's all you really care about, then I would say go with this one. So there you go. There's that. Now we'll talk about the Inferno one. And if we open this up, you get more hands. You get 6 hands in total. And then you get a pitchfork. You get 2 of the Buck 120 knives. You get some machetes. You get a voice changer. You get a clean head. You get a devil head. You get a chrome head. And then you get this worn and weathered looking one, which I think looks better. It looks very much like the mask from Scream 6, which is kind of cool. So you do get that. And then another thing that's worth mentioning is if you decide of, I like this look, but I also kind of like the stab look. Well, if you get another one, then you can go with the stab look. So you can take off the robe, and then you can give it this look. So if you kind of like that, and you kind of like the option of, you can, you can have it look like Ghostface, or you can have it look like the character from Stab. You can definitely do that. So that is a point worth considering there. So I'd say it's kind of up to you if which one you prefer. And then with this one's just a clean, simple look, but I think that it's done better. And then if we look at the accessories here, so you get the scary movie head, you get like a glittery head, you get a bloody one, and then you get a green one, which does not glow in the dark, at least to my knowledge. You get a whole bunch of hand accessories, and then you get an axe, 2 of the knives, a saw, and then a Scream 3 type voice changer. So there you go. And so I would say that, like I said, if you want just a simple, like, clean look for Ghostface, one that, gives you options, I'd say if you want just something straightforward and you aren't really going to notice too much, you just want to have one on the shelf, I'd say maybe go with this one if you can find it. But if you want a simple, like, straightforward look, that has options but isn't like too much, I would say go with this newest one, the Ghostface Returns. So yeah. And now we'll go over, one final real point that I'm going to talk about, and that is my own preferences. So which one do I like the best? I'm not saying of, you have to get the one that I like the best or whatever it might be. I'm just going to say, like, what I think each one does best. So for this one, for the first one, I think it's cool. I just think that it's a little bit outdated with the ultimates that they have, because this was, like I said, this was the first one that they made, and it was cool. There wasn't really anything wrong with it, but like I said, like, you can tell it's a little bit smaller. Its face is definitely smaller. The knife looks weird compared to the other ones. It has brown shoes, whereas the other ones have black shoes, and yeah. So I think it's cool, but it's just, not really my favorite. Then the Inferno one, like I said, whether you go with the the Scream look or the Stab look, whatever you would like to do, I think it's definitely a really cool option. It's just, for me, I don't really like the thing of this being so easy to open up. I get that it's cool for posing, like if you want to have him, like, peeling it open, like, look, I have a bulletproof vest on. I think that's cool. It's just that if you're not really trying to do that, then it's really hard for this to look like one solid piece like it is with the other 2 releases, unless you, like, do something like that. But even that's you can kind of tell that there's kind of like a line there. So yeah, it's cool. It's just that I personally would have liked to have it to where, like, 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 this is easy to remove, but it's not, so much a thing if you can peel it open, which, again, I get that that's kind of a design element, but I personally don't like how obvious it is that this can open up. And then with this one, you can probably guess that this one is my favorite out of them. It's not just recency. I also just think it's cool. It's fun. It has a ton of options there. So if you want to go for a Scream look, if you want to go for a scary movie look, and then it also having a different type of voice changer than the other 2, And yeah, it comes with a saw and an axe and all of that. So I think that that's really cool. So I personally, if you were saying if I want to get one, but I want you to tell me which one to get. um, I don't really like telling people what to do, but if that were the case, I would say go with this newest one here if you can find it. I'm sure you can because it just came out. Yeah, I would say you really can't go wrong with any of these. I think the Inferno one is really fun, and the first one that they did, I think it's a really good first try. It's just that I think that kind of these other two are better than it, but I still like it. I still think it's cool. But yeah, so there we go. That is my quick little analysis. Well, not really quick, but you know what I mean. So just kind of showing off all these different figures, and yeah, so that's what I would say. If you enjoyed this type of video, do be sure to leave a like. If you want, you can let me know in the comments of which one is your favorite, because I can see any argument for any of these. I think that all of them are cool. It's just that if I had to pick a favorite, it would be this one. But regardless, if you want to see more content like this, you can definitely subscribe. Like I said, I have individual reviews for all of these, so if you want to check those out, you can. But other than all of that, I do hope you enjoyed. I hope I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.